Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Bryce Grimes and you're watching Bryce Grimes Talks. So today we're talking about a topic I actually learned in church recently, at a youth group, and it's something we all know of, peer pressure. Now, I will say that peer pressure happens to everyone, but there's ways to prevent it, and that's big. And when you need to prevent peer pressure. Well, let me point out, peer pressure isn't only drugs or alcohol. It might be gossiping. It could be someone can ask you to gossip and you don't want to, and you get pressured into it. It could be anything in a relationship. It could be anything. And one thing that really spoke out to me in the youth group was how God helped the people there, and how people felt disgusted. God helped people there when we were in that room, and even though they're talking about how they feel disgusted when they were influenced by peer pressure. Now, peer pressure isn't always bad. Peer pressure doesn't mean a bad thing that you've done. Peer pressure could be good, like they pressure you to do something good, but of course you don't want them to push you too far. This could be like, come on, you got this, you can do this, peer pressure, and you succeed, and you weren't expecting to. It could be when you have to be somewhere, and your mom, well, not your mom, your brother tells you to get off the video game so you can get somewhere, like a sports or something. That's just a real example, but one thing that I like the most about this channel and how I think it relates to everything is how what we're doing, well, what I'm doing to help people is good pressure, but you don't have to be pressured by my stuff. You don't feel pressured and don't have to do it if you don't want to. But there's always going to be someone who stands up and beats the light in the dark. Why can't it be you? And I'm in high school. I know how people think you always have to fit in and be cool and all the things. But even though you're in high school, don't be afraid to be weird. If you are fitting in, you're fitting in and you're doing everything everyone else does. What's the point? You're being average in a way, and you want to be special, don't you? You want to be something or someone that is good and does good. And don't be afraid to be weird sometimes. Be you. That's the biggest thing about this video. Just always be yourself, no matter what other people say. Don't be pressured into changing you. Don't be taken for granted and choose something that you don't want to do. You be you and nothing else. Because the true you, made by God, is always the you should want to be. And, well, when I say want to be, I mean you're meant to be. You should always be the one that is standing up in the light in the dark. You should always be the one giving instead of taking. Now, when I was at this youth group, I prayed at the end, and God told me was I give too much time for others, which I don't really understand. Well, of course I do this, and I help people as much as I can, but is there such a thing as being too kind? You said I have to be. He, he, he said I have to help others, but don't take away from being me. and that's so special. I know, I'm telling you the same thing right now. You shouldn't, well, what's it called? Don't give time for yourself, but help others. And that time could be on video games, it could be playing a sport, it could be really anything that is happy to you, that you want to be happy about. You give what you get. And that's just human nature. You give what you get. And sometimes what you get isn't a good thing. So what I'm trying to say is give what you get if it's good. But you don't give what you get if it's bad. Now, I just counted it myself, but the thing is, you need to be able to realize when it's good and when it's bad. Train yourself to realize, look at people, when they do good, recognize it. If someone's doing bad, step up and speak out. Unless you feel like it's kind of not in the best timing to do it, go tell someone who has authority over that person. But the biggest thing is to be who you're meant to be and not be pressured to be someone else. I think that people who get peer pressured, in my experience, like for me, is people who don't know what to do in life. They don't know what to do, and they don't know how to fit in, so they just go with whatever everyone else is doing. But think on that for a while. If you're fitting in and doing what everyone else is doing, you're not being exactly being you, unless everyone else is doing something that fits you. But your personality is important. Good or bad, you have a personality, and you can be who you're meant to be with that personality. But if it's a bad personality to you, you can change it, but you need people to be along with you because it takes a village. And when you come to be who you're meant to be, you need to give what you want people to give you. Don't give what you get. And it's so important to give what you want to be. Give what you want to be given. It's so important to do that because think of it. If you want to be given something kind and stuff, other people want to be given the same thing most of the time. And you need to be able to trust in yourself when you do this stuff. Think on that for a while. We all have our times in life when we've been peer pressure, and you shouldn't be ashamed of that. Human nature is always going to be there, and human nature, sometimes it's not good. Most of the time it's not good. So when you get peer pressure, don't let human nature take over. Now, of course, that's really hard to say. That's really hard to do because it's our nature. We're just used to it. And we all have our things that we think are important. And sometimes being peer pressure will take those away. So, don't let your peer pressure take you. Don't be swept away in the ocean of fears. Be what you're meant to be. And give what you want to be given. That's what I'm going to leave you guys with. Bye.